coming to you live from Washington, D.C. Great to have you with us. As always, lots going on. You never get enough of the news here. As things going on now, let me give you some bad news. If you believe in the polls, the Fox poll has President Trump's polls on the economy tanking to the lowest rating ever. Plenty of time to recover, but people say in this poll that he's doing more harm to the economy than good. Well, that's because of the optics of everything going on. It's just bad optics. And President Trump about to get a peace deal with Ukraine, we understand. I'm going to be sitting down with the Ukrainian ambassador to the United States, I think early next week, Monday or Tuesday, if not Friday. So we're trying to get that worked out. They got a couple of dates that they gave me, and I just haven't got back to them because it was late last night. But she's coming back. And we had dinner with her or lunch with her, Ann and I, a few weeks ago, just to get to know her a little bit. And we asked her, let's sit down and talk about this peace deal. So President Trump about to bring peace to this war. It's got to end. Too many people dying. It's been horrible. That is coming. Peace all over the world. Peace on earth by President Trump. The criticism he's gotten over the Saudi dinner and then the other thing he did with him, the big tech meeting. Look. Nobody likes what MBS did. Nobody likes what Mohammed bin Salman did, the crown prince. Allegedly, he killed Khashoggi. I was one of the only people in conservative media that covered that in depth. It's alleged, no doubt about it. CIA said he did it. So did Turkey. Many people do. He went in, he never came out. It's like the Roach Motel. They chopped him up, put him in acid. Not good. Okay, but President Trump understands that it's a dangerous world and people have different values and cultures, and he's trying to make a deal. And we can't change what Saudi does or their culture or anything else. It's not our business, but our business is to get the $1 trillion of investment in the United States to bring jobs back. So I 100% agree with the president on that. We can't be making these ideological litmus tests all over the place. The purpose is America first. The purpose is to help us. And he believes that Saudi Arabia, KSA, which we call it, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, is in a position to help the American people, in a position to help us gain jobs, in a position to help invest in the economy $1 trillion, in a position to be a buttress against Iran and any expansion they might do in the Middle East. So I'm going to go with the president on this. I mean, look, I don't like MBS. I would never go to Saudi Arabia. I would never step foot in that place in fear I'd never get out. I don't trust anything about him. He lied to the president on the bat phone when this whole thing came up in 2019 with Khashoggi. The whole thing was a lie. He lied to him. I don't know how we can trust him again. But the bottom line is President Trump understands that we live in a transactional world. And so I commend him for doing what he's doing in order to bring jobs into the United States. And that's really what this whole thing is about. So commend him for that. Now we got the Epstein files. Oh, for heaven's sake, when does this just end? Okay, so Congress passes it, the Senate passes it, and Trump signs it. Now they're still complaining about it. Well, why aren't they released? Well, he signed it like 7 hours ago, at like midnight, 10 p.m. I mean, I don't know. They're coming. Here's what's ironic about this. We got a bunch of clips on it. The Democrats are still pounding this thing because they have nothing else. Do you realize they have nothing else to run on except Epstein? What are they going to do when these files get released and 90% of the I don't know what to say, 90% of bad stuff, let's just call it bad stuff, is all Democrats? You got Hakeem Jeffries asking a guy for money. I mean, that's right in the text, right in the emails. And, now we find out in these emails that Epstein hated Trump. He was a never Trumper. He hated him. So I don't know where they're going with this, but a lot of Democrats are going to have egg on their face, and rightly so. But we just need to move on. Look, if you're trying to put a Thanksgiving meal on the table, or you're trying to go somewhere and you're stuck at an airport, or things are too expensive, or you're concerned about, how you're going to pay your rent or feed your kids, you don't really care about when they release the Epstein files. This thing is so ridiculous. It has become it's amazing that the press in DC, they get obsessed with something and it just never ends. That's all they want to talk about. It's like when they were in there. We got a press briefing today. It's going to be the same old story. Libtards in the first 3 rows asking dumb questions. Same thing. Such a colossal waste of my time. But I'll go because I'm a good guy, right? And I'll bring you back whatever I learn. But it's a waste of time because it's all libtard gotcha nonsense question like that lady with ABC, just asking dumb questions. Ask something that might be meaningful to me, like how many jobs does this mean for us, which is all we're interested in. So I get the KSA thing. Epstein files are absolutely ridiculous. So sick of that. Release them, put it up, put the whole thing online. I wouldn't, except for the young, innocent girls whose names we don't want out, redact that. Don't redact anything else. Shut them up. Just put it online and be done with this. It is so boring to me. And I've always said to you, you know what? I can deal with you lying to me. Don't bore me. That's like sin number 1. And it's boring. Like, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about the economy and affordability and how we're going to get this back on track and how President Trump is going to get his mojo MAGA back, which was tarnished with these H-1B visas, which he was going on again yesterday about. And, saying things like, well, we need them to, get our kids trained and it's going to have the greatest economy in the world. And, our kids don't have the education and our kids, don't want to work and our kids this and our kids that. And we all know it's about cheap labor, and we all know he cut a deal. Okay, admit it. You cut a deal. I'm not in favor of a single H-1B visa. Not 1,000, not 10,000, not 1,000,000, not one. Not in favor of one Chinese student paid for by the CCP coming into the United States. Not 600,000, not 6,000, not 60,000, not 6, not one. These are the 2 things I think the president, I don't agree with him on. Everything else, I'm good. Okay, but we got to get this economy going. Now he says he's going to be meeting with Mandami, mayor-elect of New York, no time set, but they have agreed to meet. And some of our people criticizing that. Okay, he's the mayor of New York City. I don't know how he got there. Cuomo, this, that, and the other, Eric Adams. Guy won the mayoral election in New York City. He's the mayor. You have to deal with him. You have to meet with him. And as Trump says, I'll meet with anybody. Meet with him, figure out what he's doing. And it's good that they're meeting. It is in the best interest of the nation that New York doesn't collapse, which they're on a road path to do. I mean, I got clips of him coming out yesterday right out of the box. Rent freeze, free buses, free subways. How you gonna pay for it? I don't know. Hochul will. I guess. I'm going to raise taxes. Well, you can't. That's the governor. She's not going to do it. So you're going to bankrupt the city, and then you're going to go to President Trump and ask for a bailout, and we're going to say no. And then what are you going to do? Because if you don't get the taxes, and people are going to start moving out, businesses are moving it out. Look, the message, the Mandami message is spot on. Affordability for young people. You get out of college, you don't have a good job, you can't afford things. I'm going to bring prices down. I'm going to bring costs down. I'm going to bring the cost of food down by having a communist grocery chain or some nonsense that can't work and it'll all collapse. The message is spot on. And the White House knows that. They've studied this, I'm sure. They know this. The solutions are insane because he's a communist. So he's looking for communist solutions to the problem. He identified the problem that are on everybody's mind. Nailed it. But he's a communist. So his solutions are going to collapse the city and put it into bankruptcy. And I'm going to laugh my ass off while that's happening because the people that voted him in deserve it. But the message was clear and clean and crisp. And that's why he won. And that's why Republicans now in the generic polls for Congress are falling further and further behind every time you look. They were ahead by 2. Then it was tied. Now they're down by 8. like that. Boom, 10-point swing in a month. A lot of different factors here, but we got to get back on track because we know the Trump solutions are the right ones. And what we need in a big city running for mayor is a MAGA Mandami. That's what I'm looking for, a MAGA Mandami. A MAGA candidate in a major city that can bring the message of affordability, of safety. He didn't bring the safety message. But if it was me, safety, affordability, pride, but with a creative capitalist solution, a creative capitalist view. And that's what we need to turn. Because the problems are the same. It's the solutions that we have distinguished ourselves by. And right now we've not done that. And you can't go in there with the same old Republican talking points nonsense. And that's really what it is. It's old, tired, stale Republican talking points nonsense that no longer resonates with the American people that are suffering or don't see this economy as benefiting them. And it's all about the economy, stupid. And we learned that from Clinton. It's all about the economy. And saying that things are better doesn't make them better. Now, you can go up there and say every day, the economy's great. Look how bad it was under Biden. People forgot that now. All they know is now. It's the now, which leads back to my healthcare, Obamacare, healthcare tax subsidies position. I want to cap it. I want to end automatic enrollees. Don't know how any Democrat could be opposed to that. $5, you can figure it out. Can't get automatically enrolled. I don't care if it's $1. Can't do it. 20% of it is fraud. Now, I'm sorry, 20% of it is waste and abuse because the people don't exist. Money going to insurance companies. So I don't care how we get there or how we got there, but we're there. When you get your bill in the mail, you're there. How did it happen that I got my health care at Obamacare went from $400 a month to $900 a month, $850. How did I get there? Well, Obamacare didn't work. It was a big lie. They lied to you from day one. You know, the subsidies the Democrats did, it was only for 2 years, only for COVID. You know, it sunsetted. The Democrats shut the government down. We couldn't negotiate it. Okay, but I got this, follow me here, but I got this bill. I don't know how it got here, but like I was buying insurance for $400 for my family, and now it's $850. I don't know how it got there. I just was paying $4, now I'm paying $8. I don't have $8, I had $4. I built that into my budget over the last 2 years. Now you tell me it's doubled. I don't know. I don't know. Well, it's because of Obamacare. Well, that was like 2010. It's 2025. It was 15 years ago. So what's it got to do with me? Well, you know, the subsidies, you know, they were going to sunset. It was only for COVID. Well, okay, but nobody told me that. I mean, yeah, we sent you a letter 6 months ago. What? Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't really think about it. I threw it out. I mean, well, the Republicans aren't doing anything to help me. And then the Democrats are going to run around saying, you can't afford health care. Mom's going to die. Your father's going to die. You're all going to die. We went through this in 2018. You want to go through that again? Is that what you want? So you can make an ideological argument about Obamacare 15 years ago? That's old, stale Republican nonsense. We need to fix this. We need to fix it now. We need to make it work for now. Somebody said, oh, the extension should be 6 months. Are you insane? So we're now debating it over the summer again? What are you, nuts? Let's get through the midterms. We don't win the midterms, no presidency, no Trump. Nothing, zero. Investigations, that's all we're going to see. They're going to stop everything. All this great progress we're making. and because we want to have an ideological argument about Obamacare tax subsidies. Insane. I'm going to ask you again. Anything out there? Ask yourself one question. I'm going to be hammering this. You're going to get so tired of me between now and next November. Does it help us win the midterms? Yes or no? Yes, I'm for it. No, I'm against it. That's it. Does a meeting with Mandami help us win the midterms? If you can get an understanding of what the people, young people want, yes, it's going to help us. If you can't, no, but I think you can. Got to meet with anybody. Offer to meet with anybody if he can help win the midterms. Because that's what this whole thing is about, winning the midterms. Virginia, losing 4 seats, beating the, whatever it is, referendum. Does beating it help the midterms? Help us win? Yes. Save 4 seats. Am I in favor of it? Yes. Simple. It's so easy. It makes your life so simple politically. Let's just ask yourself that one question. Does releasing the Epstein files help us win the midterms? Yes. Release them. Done.